Everybody, and welcome to Kids Talk. Today, I'm going to show you the Lasker Trap, which is one of the deadliest chess traps for white. So without further ado, let's get started. Now, the Lasker Trap starts with d4, d5, c4, the Queen's Gambit, and e4, the Queen's Gambit declined. From here, white obviously takes your pawn, and we're going to advance your pawn. Now, our d-pawn is very irritating for white, because he cannot even bring his knight out to his preferred c3 square. So many white players try to exchange this pawn, hence playing pawn to e3. But this is a mistake. From here, we're going to play bishop to b4 check. Now, the most common move is blocking the bishop. So, bishop d2. And now, we're going to capture the pawn on e3. And now, if white gets overexcited and captures your bishop, then he is trapped. Now, let me show you how. From here, we're gonna capture the pawn on f2 and give a check. Now, white cannot recapture because if he does, then he'll lose his queen, just like this. So let's go back. So his only move is king to e2. Now, the next move will definitely shock your opponent because we're gonna capture the knight and under promote to a knight. I'll tell you why we did this later. So from the moment, white cannot capture your knight, because if he does, then bishop to g4 loses the queen. So his only move is king to e1. Then queen h4 check. Now he cannot play a move like g3 to block the check, because after queen e4, the rook is gone, just like that. So, what can he play? Well, he can play king to d1, to d2, and after that we're going to attack the bishop, we attack the queen, then we can long castle and give a check. White's king has been exposed, and this is a winning position for black. So let's see the next variation. Okay, so here's the next variation. Now, what happens if your opponent is intelligent and instead of taking your bishop, takes your pawn? From here, we're going to play queen h4, check. And now, after he blocks, we are going to play queen to e4. We are attacking the rook on h1. We are attacking the pawn on e5. And we're also attacking the pawn on e3 as the bishop on d2 is pinned. So you compromised for the pawn sacrifice that you made earlier. So let's see the next variation. Now, what happens if white doesn't take the pawn, white doesn't take your bishop, but instead plays queen to a4 and gives you a check? Then we block with our knight. And now after he takes our bishop, we can capture the pawn. And after he recaptures, we can play queen to h4 check again. Now after he blocks, we're gonna play queen to d4 check. Now his h1 rook or a1 rook has to die 100%. It doesn't matter where the king goes. If he goes to g2 like this, then queen captures on b2 and it's a check. No matter what he plays, we can gobble up the rook. If king to e2, then again same story. Queen captures on b2 check. He can come out and then we gobble up the rook. Now, let's see the next variation. Now, what happens if he plays king to e1? Then, queen e4, check, And as soon as he blocks or defends, he can gobble up the rook. Now here is one last move. Now what happens if white plays king to f3? In this case, we play bishop g4, and his only move is king to g2. And after this, queen e4 again. After he moves, we can snap up the rook. So that was Lasker Trap. Well, if you like this video, then like, share, subscribe, and as I always say, smash that notification bell so you know when our videos come. Thanks for watching, and bye-bye.